The Sydney Autumn Racing Carnival kicks off this weekend at Rose Hill Gardens. The stable has two live chances in the Group 3 Pago Pago Stakes, which is a win and you're in for the Golden Slipper. What can you tell us about Introducing and Bases Loaded, who are both in need of a win if they want to make it into next week's Group 1 finale?
Both colts are excellent chances. Very hard to split them in fairness. Introducing's coming off a excellent performance at Warwick Farm for a debut win. He went in there off just the back of one trial, so I felt he had a lot of upside to come out of that race, and I think we've seen him take that. So he's drawn well. He's got a nice profile for this race and plenty of upside. Bases Loaded's had a bit more racing, probably that little bit more seasoned. I thought it was an excellent run in stakes company at his last start, finishing third. So he's proven at this level. I think with the blinkers on, he'll certainly hold himself in a prominent position in the run and show good improvement off his last start.
RIDUNA has pulled up well from his first up run, and he will step up in trip and grade in the Ajax Stakes over 1,500 metres. Do you think we'll see the best of him second up?
I think we'll certainly see an improvement from him, very much in a similar pattern as we did with him last campaign. He was just out sprinted first up, but second up over the 1,500 metres will certainly be more suitable for him, and plan to see him trying to peak third up. But he's in great shape and looks a lovely race for him.
Knight's Order started his campaign a fortnight ago over 1,600 metres, which isn't his ideal trip, so he will enjoy the step up to 2,000 metres in the Group 3 Sky High Stakes. Has he taken improvement from his first up run?
He certainly has. I'm going to see him under better conditions this time round. The weight for age, 1,600 first up, just a bit short for him, but over the 2,000 metres, he'll be able to find a better rhythm. Certainly still going to continue to see improvement from him as he steps up over further, but he's in great shape, looks to have taken that improvement, and very much looking forward to seeing him back at the track.
Tuki Santuza is a beautiful 2-year-old filly by Piero, who broke her maiden on debut at Canterbury 2 weeks ago. She will look to secure black type in the Group 3 Magic Night Stakes. Are you confident in her ability to fight at the finish on Saturday?
Yeah, she's a very progressive filly, very professional filly, and I certainly like what we saw from her on a debut at Canterbury. It's not an easy track to make your debut on, and there's plenty of speed in that race, and she withstood a lot of pressure and was still too strong late. So I think that sets her up nicely for a high pressure race here in Stakes Company. No doubt she'll improve off the back of that. She'll be better suited by the distance and the bigger track. So a lot of things in her favour going into this race, and hopefully she can secure some important black type.
RIDUNA has returned to our Sydney stable after her disappointing run in the Bowmistress Stakes at Hobart. She will line up in the benchmark 88 handicap on Saturday. Is this a winnable race for her?
Yeah, things didn't quite go right for her in Tasmania. She does take a run or two to reach her best. Certainly seen her bounce back from that in good shape. She's trialled up well in between runs. So feel she's going to show sharp improvement off the back of that. She's stepping back in grade here as well, but certainly want to see and let her get her confidence back in this grade before stepping back up to Stakes Company. But she's in good shape, looks particularly well, and I think she can turn the tables again.
Major Beale is 2 from 2 this preparation, and the son of Sava Beale is as tough as they come. He will look to keep his winning streak intact in the benchmark 88 handicap over a longer trip of 1,900 metres. Are you confident in his chances?
The way he raced last start at the mile certainly looked in need of the trip, the distance. So I think the 1,900 metres will be ideal for him. He is on a Derby campaign and preparation, so this is an ideal stepping stone to set him up nicely to get the miles in his legs. Looks to be going from strength to strength. Looks to have improved and trained on nicely. So certainly can't find a reason why he can't continue winning.
PETERSHAM won comfortably on debut over 1,400 metres. This daughter of Lomro will look to secure black type on Friday in the Group 3 Kembla Grange Classic. Is she ready to get the job done?
She's a filly that just continues to improve. She was too classy for them last start in a maiden. Still had plenty left up her sleeve going to the line. Certainly feel she'll be better for that win. Take plenty of confidence, and looks to have really improved from what we've seen in her work. Obviously we're throwing her in the deep end to an extent here. She's going straight into stakes company, but she is against her own age and sex, and she's stepping up to a more suitable distance. So I think she's only going to continue to improve as we can see her over a bit further, but she's in great shape, and I think she'll run a very competitive race for us.
The Group 2 Sires Produce Stakes takes place at Flemington on Saturday, and GANBARE is the stable's sole runner on the card. How has this son of Maurice settled into life in our Flemington stable?
He's been running some excellent races, GANBARE, really been crying out for a trip. So I think this looks to be a nice, suitable race for him. If he can take up a position in the race, I think we'll certainly see a much better performance from him. Just over the 1,200 metres in the stakes company, he's just been leaving himself with too much to do. But he looks nice and bright and happy in himself in his arrival in Flemington. So expecting a good performance from him.
Gosford will host Saturday's provincial meeting, and Deciduous will look to break his maiden at the second time of asking. This 2-year-old colt by the Autumn Sun has 2 trials under his belt leading into the maiden plate over 1,100 metres. Talk us through his chances.
I think he's a very talented horse. Only going to see the best of him as he continues to race and get the experience and exposure, and as we see him over a little bit further later in his career. But certainly feel his class will take him a long way on Saturday. As I said, the 1,100 may be a bit short. It's a tight track around Gosford, so the start will be crucial for him. I don't want to see him giving away too much of a start, but he's shown good progression this campaign. I think he's an excellent chance.
ATHLETICA will go first up over 1,100 metres. This son of Exceeding Excel has shown promise in his 2 trials leading up to his first up run. Are you happy with how he's come back after his recent spell?
Yeah, most certainly. I feel he's certainly been a lot more tractable this preparation. He's looked nice and forward in his trials, so he's ready to go first up. He's nice and forward and very fit for his first up run. It's a suitable trip, so hopefully we can see him back to his best on Saturday.
The Black Opal is the feature race on the card at Canberra on Sunday. The stable has 2 possible chances in the Years and Autumn Ballet. How have these 2-year-olds impressed you this preparation?
I've been excellent. The Years was the most impressive maiden winner there last start. He showed good improvement from his first up run, showed good speed and really ran along at a good tempo and ran them into the ground. So I think he's a horse with a lot of upside. I think that race rated very well. He is a horse that no doubt continue to improve over a bit further. So the step back to 1,200 will be the only slight concern for him, but certainly feel his class will take him a long way. Autumn Ballet was very impressive at a most recent trial. She looks to be a very naturally talented filly. He's only going to continue to improve with the race experience. Not easy making your debut in stakes company. She's giving away a bit of race experience to a few talented horses, so she'll have that against her. But I still feel it's a nice race for her to kick off in.
Ranelli is as consistent as they come, having won 6 of his 17 starts. He has trialled in between runs, and he is set to go in the listed national sprint over 1,400 metres. Is he in good enough form to claim another win for First Sight Racing and Connections?
Ranelli's going down to Canberra in great shape. He was obviously disappointing there at his last start. Didn't necessarily have conditions go his way, so back up to stakes company. He gets a little bit of weight relief here. It can certainly see him bouncing back into the winner's stall.
YARRAWONGA will make his debut for the stable in the Class 1 and maiden plate over 2,000 metres. How is this 5-year-old gelding by Australia adjusted to life at Tulloch Lodge?
He's been training very well. Been very pleased with him. Obviously, he's been trialling up well over a distance well short of his best, but we've given him the correct grounding to have him be very effective over this distance first up. It looks to be a nice progressive stayer for us, who's only going to continue to improve as we can get him over a little bit further. But it's a nice kick-off point. He seems very well in himself, and looking forward to seeing him at the races for the first time for us.